Hello, I'm Stephanie Smith, current president, Seroptimist International of the Americas, and a very proud 29-year member of Seroptimist International of Oak Harbor in Washington State of the United States.
And I'm Sharon Fisher, immediate past president of Seroptimist International, and from Langley, British Columbia, Canada, my home club. I've been a member for over 35 years, yikes, and looking forward to presenting to you today.
Thank you so much, Sharon. And I am really excited to be presenting on behalf of Seroptimist International of the Americas and to share with you the impact of the DREAM programs. For those who may be unfamiliar, Seroptimist International of the Americas was the first women's service organization founded over 100 years ago at a time when women couldn't join other service organizations. Seroptimist, loosely translated from Latin, means best for women, and is a title we hold very dear as we continue to advance our mission and invest in the dreams of women and girls through access to education.
SIA was founded in 1921, and since then, our volunteer members have served their communities throughout North America, Latin America, and the Pacific Rim. Our nearly 26,000 members provide women and girls with access to the education and training they need to achieve economic empowerment in over 1,200 communities in 6 languages. SIA is one of the 5 federations that are part of Seroptimist International. Seroptimist International is a global volunteer movement with a network of around 72,000 club members in 121 countries. Seroptimist International conducts advocacy for human rights and gender equality, including through UN representatives who ensure that the voices of women and girls are heard. Our programs support the CSW priority theme for this year, and today we will focus on the priority theme of innovation, technological change, and education in the digital age for achieving gender equality and the empowerment of all women and girls, and how our members contribute to achieving that.
The core of our SIA impact is our DREAM programs. These DREAM programs are comprised of Live Your Dream, Education and Training Awards for women, and Dream It Be It, Career Support for girls. The Live Your Dream Awards is our cornerstone program and was founded over 50 years ago to provide women with training to secure jobs that would allow them to support themselves and their families. When the award first began, many women were able to divorce from unhappy or abusive marriages for the first time with more ease, but were left to provide for themselves and their families without preparation. The financial support of the Live Your Dream Award allowed women the assistance needed to pursue education and get on their feet.
Despite being half a century old, the program remains extremely relevant. The Live Your Dream Awards is an education grant provided to women who are the primary financial provider for their household and who are enrolled in a vocational or undergraduate training program. Women are eligible for up to $15,000 US in total funds and can use those funds to support their education however they see fit. Many use the funds for tuition or books, but they may need that money to secure reliable transportation or childcare while they attend classes. We trust women to know what they need. Women who receive the award report that having someone trust and believe in their dreams is incredibly meaningful and motivating in their journey to complete their education. Dream It Be It, Career Support for Girls, gives girls in secondary school the tools they need to achieve their education and career goals, empowering them to break cycles that may have otherwise thwarted their dreams. Although all girls face barriers because of their gender, we prioritize working with girls who have additional obstacles, including poverty, living in foster care, or teen motherhood. Soroptimist clubs work in partnership with girls in small groups or a conference setting to provide them with the information and resources they want and need to be successful. Intervening while girls are still young ensures that they have the tools that they need to avoid obstacles and stay safe and focused on their path.
SIA's current big goal is to invest in the dreams of 500,000 women and girls through access to education, and this is by the year 2031. This is an absolutely audacious goal, but one that our members helped create and are excited to achieve. We will reach this goal through the women and girls we reach through our DREAM programs, and our big goal will also be achieved through our Big Goal Accelerator projects. These are Soroptimist Club projects that are not the DREAM programs, but do increase access to education for women and girls facing obstacles. Through scholarships, classes, or providing required items needed to access education, clubs can address the specific needs in their local community and be part of our global mission all at once. So why focus on education as a force for change? A quality education, more than any other intervention, holds the greatest potential to transform the lives of women and girls. Access to education addresses many of the other issues that impact women, including domestic violence, trafficking, homelessness, teen pregnancy, and sexual assault. Education allows women to develop the skills that command decent wages, giving them the freedom to avoid and leave unsafe situations as they have the resources to make their own decisions. Investing in women's education provides a more even playing field for women to pursue opportunities in the workforce, leading to economic empowerment.
Education enables women to earn higher wages in the workforce, increase their standard of living for themselves and their families. When women control more of the household income, more money is spent on their children's education and healthcare, and children are better educated and healthier. Greater gender equality boosts countrywide economic growth. The economic empowerment of women is not just the right thing to do, but it's the smart thing to do, as it is an investment that benefits individuals, households, communities, and countries. Additionally, education is a powerful force for achieving the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. The SDGs are a collection of 17 interlinked objectives designed to serve as a shared blueprint for peace and prosperity for people and the planet now and into the future. The DREAM program's focus of increasing economic empowerment for women and girls is rooted in the agenda for women's equality outlined by the United Nations through the Sustainable Development Goals. The DREAM programs directly contribute to the achievement of the following SDGs. Goal 1, end poverty in all its forms everywhere. Goal 4, ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Goal 5, achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Goal 8, promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. Goal 10, reduce inequality within and among countries.
The DREAM programs are preparing women and girls in all kinds of communities to become economically empowered through education. With the support and resources from the DREAM programs, we are ensuring women and girls will have access to decent jobs, that they will not experience poverty, and that we can achieve gender equality together with other civil service organizations across the globe. Even in the very early days of SIA, we focused on the impact that education could have for girls facing obstacles. 100 years ago, club documents indicate that clubs were investing in vocational training programs to uplift girls with skills that would help them provide for themselves and control their futures. Seroptimist International of Alameda County in California of the United States established a vocational guidance bureau, interviewing young girls to help them figure out what job opportunities they could pursue. They also provided heating equipment to a local rescue home and focused on providing relief to destitute families during the holiday season. The club also started advocacy work they felt affected working women. In 1923, they wrote letters to the governor of California who wanted to slash women's industrial farms budgets and supported the 8-hour workday bill. As you can see, Seroptimist has a long history and has long been invested in education and economic empowerment for women and girls.
But just because we've been advancing women and girls' access to education for a century doesn't mean we aren't innovative. Our DREAM programs are far from stale. The unique delivery model of the DREAM programs and other mission-focused work through Seroptimist clubs in communities across the globe ensures that programs stay relevant. Our programs can easily be adapted to the local community and its needs. SIA members are part of the fabric of the region where the club operates and can adjust to things better, addressing the challenges that women and girls may be facing. This model allows clubs to be nimble and to pivot and change things instead of waiting for an organization-wide mandate to better support our target population. Clubs can add to the Dream It Be It curriculum to address issues that the girls may be facing, such as bullying, applying for financial aid for college, exploring careers that may not have any exposure to in their community or more. Our members have the power to distribute Live Your Dream Awards to the women in their community who most need that support. Several clubs designate a certain number of awards annually to distribute to women who have experienced intimate partner violence or trafficking, or they may determine that they want a certain number to go to Indigenous women in their community. Clubs can also be innovative in the additional supports that they provide to Live Your Dream awardees or Dream It Be It participants in more rural areas. Providing awardees with a gift card for gas can be a huge boost and help them attend classes. Or in a more urban location, clubs may fund that awardees benefit from a bus pass or additional funds to put their children in a daycare that's closer to their campus.
We're now going to transition into sharing just a tiny sample of some projects that SIA clubs have delivered that exemplify this kind of innovation and response to community needs. Now, I'm sure there are hundreds more, but we have limited time today, so we'll share just a few. Sometimes to continue achieving impact, you may need to be flexible about your delivery, but steadfast in your service commitment. A wonderful example of this is how Seroptimist International, Upper Montgomery County, Maryland, United States of America, responded to the pandemic. The club had a robust Dream It Be It program and quickly grasped how important the connections were that the girls developed in the program, both with each other and their mentors. They were determined to find a safe way to keep that going during the pandemic. Despite not having done this before, the club sprung into action and quickly adapted their materials for online engagement. They found ways of using breakout rooms to give the girls the chance to share in smaller settings, and they made sure that all the materials were easily accessible so that the girls could participate. Like many clubs, the schools that Seroptimus International of Upper Montgomery County interacted with, they were a bit wary of another virtual program for the girls. But the participants reported that this didn't feel like school to them, but instead was a great way to connect and relieve stress during a very intense time.
Although this switch to virtual delivery was required during the pandemic, there are still relevant lessons, even as things are more normal. A girl may not be able to attend a program because of a disability or lack of transportation, but desperately wants to be there. Can you use technology to add a hybrid or virtual component to your program delivery? Or can you find other ways to make the program more accessible for the circumstances at hand? Perhaps you have girls who want to participate, but have to leave midway through to go to work. Can you offer 2 days of events instead of 1? Being flexible about delivery can be an easy way to be innovative and more accessible for participants. That's a win all around. Another way that clubs have been able to be innovative is through our Big Goal Accelerator projects. As we mentioned previously, SIA has a big goal to invest in the dreams of 500,000 women and girls through access to education by 2031. This 500,000 number will be comprised of those reached through our DREAM programs and women and girls who are beneficiaries of local club projects that increase access to education but are not the DREAM programs. These are called Big Goal Accelerator projects and are a way that we value and count local club projects.
In club year 2021 to 2022, which was our very first year of counting these efforts, 143 clubs conducted a total of 216 projects that invested in access to education for 9,779 women and girls facing obstacles to their success. Clubs hosted classes focused on job skills or career support. They distributed education awards, adding up to over $541,000 US in support, paid fees so women and girls could attend school or pay for testing, and removed obstacles by providing necessary items for education. Volunteers generously gave over 10,000 hours of their time to support these projects. Here's just a small sample of some of these innovative projects that meet local needs. As you can see, there's quite a range of activities, but they all support the big goal and vision of Seroptimist. Seroptimist International of Las Cruces, New Mexico, United States of America, has a program called the Growing Educational Dreams Program. The club says, we provided vouchers to pay for high school equivalency exams to women who had taken a GED class at the community college and they passed the practice test. The course is free, but each exam costs $20, and students typically take 4 subject matter exams for a total of $80 US. For many low-income women, those fees can feel insurmountable. Seroptimus International of Las Cruces created a fantastic intervention to support these women in securing their high school equivalency. Seroptimus International of Parker in Arizona of the United States of America has continued a Seroptimus tradition called the S Club. Seroptimus International of Parker hosts the S Club every year for high school girls aged 14 to 18 who can benefit from the support provided. They mentor, give job and career advice, teach the power and gratification of community service, and work with local crisis services for education on teen dating, violence, and substance abuse. They also offer a $500 scholarship upon graduation. This is a great and holistic approach to engaging girls in the community and providing support for their future education.
In Paraguay, South America, SI Alto Paraná hosts a project called Women Working. They provide technical support and professional training for women, especially to get more qualified work for increased income for themselves and their families. SI Alto Paraná is truly meeting women where they are with this program. Many clubs in the Japan Minami region participate in the Take One Step Academic Advancement Project. This program is provided to girls in their third year of high school who are in financial need and who wish to go on to university, junior college, or vocational school in the following year. The purpose of the program is to pay for university entrance examination fees, transportation expenses to the examination venue, and entrance fee tuition fees for going on to higher education. By eliminating these barriers for girls with obstacles to their success, these clubs are supporting girls and their potential to achieve their dreams. In your own community, you may want to complete a community assessment to see how you can better support the needs of women and girls as they access education. What other organizations already exist? Is there an unmet need in your area? How can your organization meet that need? Do you have the capacity for that right now from a financial perspective and in terms of people power? Asking these kinds of questions can help you determine what other projects you may want to take on next as you seek to increase access to education.
So as you've heard today, there is no reason to let the way that you've always done things prevent you from being innovative and blazing a new trail. It will take some innovation and fresh ideas to meet our big goal by 2031, but I am confident that our members are ready to meet that challenge. And if you're interested in joining Seroptimist and these efforts, we have members in 121 countries throughout the world, so chances are there's a club near you. To find your federation and local club, search for Seroptimist International and visit the website to learn more. Thank you. All right, well, thank you. And now we're going to transition to our live panel featuring some amazing SIA members who have been innovating on our mission in their local communities. First, we're going to hear from President Sue Buckley of Seroptimist International of Clovis, California in the USA. Sue's waving. Hi, Sue. And the amazing thing is her club distributed an stunning 35 Live Your Dream awards this year for a total of $38,000. So just thank you, President Sue and your club and community. So your club saw such a huge increase this year in the number of awards that were given out. Please share with us what it was that your club did that was different, and how did you secure so many of those applications?
Well, it really comes down to deploying club members directly to the demographic. So now what I mean by that is to go directly to the community colleges, vocational programs, or equivalent in your community. These programs might have names such as CARES or Equal Opportunity Program. It might be called a federal Title III grant, but it probably is identified in your community according to special populations, the demographic of women that we are seeking to help with the Live Your Dream Award. And we have a fundamental belief in our club in the DREAM programs of Seroptimist. So perhaps you'll reach out to the Student Services Department or the Financial Aid Department, but you'll be able to directly identify the demographic of women that we are seeking to help. Not just putting up posters, not just doing press releases. And yes, we are so well supported in that regard as Seroptimists, but deploying your club members directly and badgering, cajoling, needling, pushing those colleges and those professionals to help you help those women by phone, by email, in person, doing workshops. So we sent club members to each of our local community colleges, and they worked directly with those professionals to identify those women. But here's our special situation. We have a past Live Your Dream awardee who now is a member of our club and still a student at one of those colleges. That made such a difference. And that college was 22 of our 35 awards.
Wow. I'm taking notes. If anybody is seeing my head bob down, I'm taking notes so that for my club as well. That is just absolutely terrific, Sue. One of the things that in hearing you share about the extra work, deploying members, getting them out there to the colleges, that takes a lot of energy to do that. So what's the club's and the members' motivation to get out there and do this very important work?
Well, fundamental belief in the Seroptimist Dream programs. We are many Laurel members among us. I am personally almost at 20 years a Seroptimist now. We fulfill our 10% club giving, and we absolutely integrate with other women-centered organizations in our community, but Seroptimist is foremost. And we have this belief in the programs of Seroptimist International.
Thank you for sharing that additional bit there too, and for even sharing too, it's supporting locally and globally with your club giving. So thank you for that. One of the things, speaking, you're a Laurel Society member, which helps us at our SIA level, but it takes you raised $38,000 to give back to these very deserving women. Tell us a little bit about that fundraising and the importance of developing those relationships with potential donors.
Again, it's all about personal connection. We have a long-running 20-year-old fundraiser, but we really upped that game, as we say, in making sure that we all worked our personal connections and our personal invitations, not just promoting the fundraiser across the community. So, speaking of these colleges, we invited the counselors and the VIPs at the various colleges. We were able to have the attendance of college presidents, counselors, be able to introduce them. Do you see that we engaged the community VIPs, the very important people, by asking them to attend our fundraiser? Now, we did have a repeat donor who was gracious and gave us $10,000. Wow. But the fundraiser doubled its results. So we were able to commit $18,000 of additional funds simply from the success of that fundraiser. one special thing again about that fundraiser was that member who is a Live Your Dream awardee herself. She stood before our audience and gave that wonderful mission moment of what the Live Your Dream Award has meant to her and what being a Soroptimist member now means to her. And such was a call to action for that audience. So not only were we able to dedicate that additional $18,000 to our award, but still have money to run our club. But one of the members of that audience, a first-time friend of Soroptimist Now, who had never been to that event before, was so moved by our story, so moved by our mission, that she donated another $10,000. So 35 awardees for $38,000, and we've still got money to run our club.
That is just amazing, Sue. And thank you so much for sharing everything that you did around the power of the donors, the fundraising, and the work you do. So thank you so much for all that you're doing to keep our dreams alive with the Live Your Dream Award, as well as the dreams of the women we support. So thank you very much for sharing. And now we'll go over to Sharon.
Yeah, and Sue, that's so inspiring. Congratulations. Next, we have Joanne Dretchen, the Dream It, Be It Region Chair from Central East Coast Region and member of SI Upper Montgomery County, Maryland. Her club had a very successful online Dream It, Be It program. So Joanne, tell us a bit about your virtual Dream It, Be It project, and how did you keep it engaging in the online format? And any obstacles that you encountered going virtual and how you overcame them?
Okay. So in club years 2020 through 2022, Upper Montgomery County, Maryland held multiple virtual Dream It, Be It programs utilizing the Zoom platform for 3 local high schools. We monitored everyone who came into each session, and if we did not recognize their screen name, we removed them immediately. We strongly encouraged the girls to turn on their videos, but did understand when there were circumstances when they could not. Each program consisted of 6 weekly 1-hour sessions held from 5 to 6 p.m. To incentivize 100% attendance at each session, girls earned a $5 McDonald's card every time they attended class. At the end of the 6-week program, when they had turned in their program evaluation forms, they received all of their McDonald's cards, a program certificate, and a special gift from us. We developed a student notebook containing session slides and handouts in accordance with the DB curriculum. Girls would come into the Zoom main room each session with their student notebooks at 5 o'clock for attendance, and then proceed to their assigned breakout room with the same small group of girls and mentors each week. This gave the girls the opportunity to get to know one another and participate in small group discussion. And finally, just as we did for the in-person classes, we set up a Google Classroom for each school, which enabled us to post materials related to the college application process, the student notebook, and much, much more. Girls posted their My Personal Plans after the 6-week session was completed. Mentors reviewed the submitted draft plans and returned them to students via the Google Classroom. Girls then had the opportunity to resubmit their plans for evaluation for scholarship awards. How we were able to engage them online is that we did have icebreakers via the Zoom chat function, where we used at the beginning of all sessions. For example, in session 1, participants were asked to use the chat to everyone to answer the following question: what is one goal that you plan to accomplish during your adult lifetime? As the answers came in, the Zoom host would read the answers. In addition, we created polls. Polls were used at the end of several sessions. Girls would come back from the breakout room to the main room to participate in a poll germane to the session they had just covered. When the poll was completed, the host read the percentage of participants that chose each answer to every question. As far as obstacles during the period of time that we did the virtual Dream It Be It program, girls were working. Many had sibling responsibility and had difficulty attending each session, which was why we did make makeup sessions. If a girl knew she would not be able to attend one of the sessions, she contacted her counselor ahead of time so we could arrange for a makeup session. We held classes every week from Monday to Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. during each 6-week program.
Thank you. And isn't it amazing how we as members also learn in this process? Listen to us, Google Classrooms, polls, chat, virtual learning. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
How is the program received by the girls and the school?
So both the girls and the school counselors loved the program. Our program was held at the height of the pandemic, and our girls and their families were severely impacted. To measure the stress our girls were under and to see if our program helped them deal with their stress, the poll we developed for changing your thinking to reduce stress consisted of 3 questions with answers related to the stress caused by the pandemic. The girls could choose multiple answers to each question. When the poll was completed and the host read the percentage of participants that chose each answer, this allowed the girls to see that they were not alone feeling this way, given the enormity of the pandemic. The poll also helped school counselors identify just how much work they would have to do to help these girls recover once they were back in school. I have an example of that poll, which quite honestly took all of us by surprise. I mean, we understood that they were having great difficulty, but when we received this feedback, the schools in particular really took this to heart. So again, this was the poll we developed for changing your thinking to reduce stress. And the first question was, which of these negative thoughts applies to you? Answer 1, I will never be back in the classroom again. 2, I will never socialize the way I used to. 3, I will never have the real college experience. And 4, my family will never be the same again. In question 2, have you been able to develop these rational thoughts? Answer 1, it is okay to feel bad sometimes. 2, it is okay and normal to feel anxious. 3, it is not dangerous and it is not my fault. It's just the way I feel. And 4, my family has gone through hard times before. And question number 3, have you been able to identify these positive thoughts? Answer 1, I know now that I am more capable than I thought I was. 2, I have strategies now to help me rise above my obstacles. 3, I can be flexible and resilient and adapt to the new normal. And 4, my family always seems to figure it out.
Thanks, Joanne. We're gonna run out of time here. We could go on and on with these programs. It's just amazing listening to the results and the outcomes. It's fantastic. And I know that other clubs that want to do a virtual Dream It Be It, this is so helpful for them. So thank you.
Thank you.
Over to you, Stephanie.
Right. Thank you so much, Sharon. And, you know, it is always exciting to hear how our clubs are innovating on our dream programs. And sometimes that innovation comes as a result of the need to have to innovate and also wanting to make sure that we're meeting our participants where they're at. So thank you. We're going to hear about some more innovation as we're going to hear from Penny Solom from SIA Saguaro Foothills in Arizona, USA. And her club had a terrific and very successful Big Goal Accelerator project as their club supports women pursuing their general education degrees or GEDs. Now, you did hear a little bit about another club that does something similar with that, but you'll also hear from Penny about how her club really took that and expanded on it. So, Penny, please share with us a little bit about, your club's GED project, but also, like, where did the idea come from, and where do you find the women that need this type of assistance?
Well, our GED project is called Get Educated and Dream, and it was initiated in October of 2019, shortly before the pandemic. The purpose of the program is to provide assistance to women and girls seeking their high school education diploma, their GED diploma. They are required to take 4 tests, math, social studies, science, and reading and language arts to obtain the GED. They are required by our club to have a practice score of 150 or better on the practice tests, at which time we will offer them a voucher to take that test. So they have an opportunity to get four vouchers if in fact they need them to complete the GED. Our president brought us the idea after a president's roundtable meeting, and another club was considering the project, and we just thought it sounded great, and we started small. We had a speaker from Rio Salado Community College. They have a lot of campuses around Maricopa County here in Phoenix. So we had a speaker come and speak to our club, and she noted the need for a program such as this. So we have partnered with Rio Salado, and their counselors refer them to our program, and the applications and the qualifications they need to qualify. They also need to show financial need. We've had, as of the 10th of this month, we have provided 221 vouchers. They're $35 a piece. So far we've invested $7,735. The ages of the women and girls range from 17 to 50 years old, many of them with children, some with grown children even. So when those women move on with their education, we refer them to the Live Your Dream Award. 118 students have received vouchers. 43 of the students have completed their GED requirements. We have 10 women on track right now to graduate by the end of May. The pandemic did make a big difference in the program because a lot of the schools closed. They weren't doing the in-person proctored testing. So we are currently receiving a lot more requests in this program than we have had in the past. We're not really able to follow up with many of the students. We ask that they let us know when they complete the program and are moving on with their education. We do know that we have assisted several of the students who became superstars in their class, and the college recognizes them all of the time. And a lot of those students let us know how much our assistance has meant to them. I do have some student comments if you'd like to hear them.
No, please share.
One student writes, "Good morning to you, Penny. I am writing to let you know that I did it. I passed my final test yesterday, and so now I am officially a GED graduate. I never would have achieved this goal of mine without the help of your scholarship. I am truly blessed and thankful to have reached out to you and got the help I was looking for. And it doesn't stop here. I'm ready to further my career by attending college. Not quite sure what I will be going for, but I know that I am willing. Again, thank you so much for all of your help. I now have much more to look forward to. Another student writes, I just wanted to let you know that I passed all GED sections and was mailed my diploma before Christmas. It was a great gift to myself and a really positive way to start the new year. Thank you so much for being supportive and assisting me with the GED test fees as I pursued my goals. I really couldn't have overcome this alone, and I'm so thankful that I was able to reach out to you. I can't wait to graduate with Rio Salado College in May. You want to hear another one?
We have time for one more, because these are the good stories. This is why we do what we do.
Exactly. Another student writes, thank you so much for your help and support, as well as allowing me to take the test. I will most definitely let you know how I do. Again, thank you for this opportunity. Without your help, I would be steps behind trying to save for each test. I appreciate you so much.
Wonderful. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Penny.
The advisors and the dean are thrilled with our program and have let me know that as well.
And you mentioned earlier that sometimes it's challenging to follow up with or know what happens after they pass, but getting those testimonials or however you want to frame it up and hearing back from the college, that tells you the outcome. The outcome is the work that you're doing matters. It is important. And I think the thing that just blew me away was when you said the ages. I expected, 17 to maybe mid-20s, but when you said it went up to age 50, every woman out there needs the opportunity to continue to learn and to do whatever they need to do. So my heartfelt thanks to you and your club for the work that you're doing around this. And seeing some comments in chat, if you want to reach out to Penny and her club to find out some information in case this is something your club would like to do. So thank you so much, Penny, for sharing that. And Sharon, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you. Congratulations. Finally, we will hear from Chyler Webb, the Live Your Dream Award Club Chair of SI Atlantic Canada Online. So Chyler, your club is an online club. Could you tell us a little bit about what that means and how you operate and what made you want to join an online club?
Yeah, for sure. So our club was founded virtually because there was such an abundance of interest when it came to becoming a Seroptimist or rejoining a club. A lot of the people interested seemed to be spread out around Canada and were pretty far from a club that had already chartered. So starting one online via Zoom seemed to be the best option. I grew up pretty far north and found Seroptimist while looking for scholarships, and I was really interested in learning more about it and found that there are no clubs near me. So being able to join the online club really helped me make a difference and feel like I'm doing the most I can.
Great. That's exciting. Being from Canada, I like it. Your club gave away several Live Your Dream awards to women from all over Canada. So what motivated you to do that? And how did you secure the applications from all over?
Seroptimist International of America's like the headquarters. They receive over 300 plus applications from women who are over 70 miles from a club. And we really believe that they all deserve a fair shot. And as an online club, we were able to take in multiple applications from all over Canada from women who may not have a physical club in their own communities. For our first year, we had 21 applications and we were able to give out 5 awards. Next year, we're looking forward to giving out even more. Our club giving away this many awards was honestly, it was so amazing and special to see. As our first Live Your Dream Awards, we wanted to give out as many as possible. With the support we received from SIA, we were able to, we were able to give about 5 awards to some truly inspiring people from Winnipeg, Manitoba, and the surrounding area. As someone from Manitoba, it was really amazing to see my home community represented that way.
It's a perfect project for an online club, really, and you can celebrate it online. It's great. So what other tips might you have to share with other clubs that want to increase their impact, and especially through online involvement?
Yeah, my biggest tip would to keep in mind time zones. Most of our members are in British Columbia, and I'm currently in Nova Scotia for college. So there are a lot of late night meetings and early morning meetings, depending on which coast you're on. Online clubs can be difficult to navigate and a touch stressful, especially when you're just starting out. But they're so worth it. You get to have members in different parts of Canada who are able to give different views and ideas and opinions on numerous issues. There's also an amazing opportunity to support and encourage women all over Canada. We get to touch families in different parts of the country that we may not have had without an online club.
Thank you. All the best in the future.
Thank you.
And back to you, Stephanie.
Wonderful. And thank you, Sharon. And I'll just take this time to wrap up and say what a tremendous thank you to our panelists. Thank you to Sue and Joanne and Penny and Tyler for being here with us today, this evening, this morning, this afternoon, because talk about multiple time zones. What a great gift. I hope all of you were jotting down notes. And my biggest takeaway from listening to this, and as Sharon and I both have said, we've been members for just a couple of years, for quite a while. And when you hear projects that have been around, our dream programs, they've been around for a number of years, and the way we can continue to innovate and refresh them, and most importantly, meeting the women and girls that need our help and support where they're at. And it re-energizes your membership. It brings in new members. And so, again, just thank you all so much for sharing your innovations with us and continue to do the great work that you're doing. And many thanks to you all. So have a great rest of your day and continue to support the CSW and all the parallel events that are out there. So thank you for joining us with SIA.
Thank you all.